live podcast around, live interviewing platform around, man.
Let's go. Yeah. Feeling like God. I got one foot in the sky. I'm on a whole nother vibe. Live. I think that you should subscribe. My neck is umbrella, which is butter. My bitch is Cinderella, put butter. I'm just applying pressure, never let up. Come in the vibe house, you get wet up. Yeah, I'm in the vibe house. This is a vibe now.
Welcome to the Vibe House. Only real ones sit on this couch. Today we got my boy Cale Charles in the building, man, and we just gonna kick it and vibe out.
Yeah, you already know. You already know what's up, man. Cale Charles coming from Tuskegee, Alabama. Shouts to my niggas, man. I just want to give a shout out to all my homies. That's this nigga right here, Larry. Shouts to my nigga Larry. Shouts to Vibe House. Shouts to my homies. Shouts to Clubhouse. Shouts to the nigga behind the camera right now, the Street Man, the CEO. So Clubhouse AL, look my niggas up. You know, we fight.
And before he kind of gave y'all a sneak peek of the origin, but it's really a 4-6, a Tuskegee reunion. Like, we kind of grew up together in a sense, you know. I remember when these boys had that championship basketball team.
Okay.
That was dope to be the young buck sitting back watching that. The boys went hard, like, for real. Y'all put on, for real. So, I mean, off the top, man, you kind of gave them a sneak peek of your background. Give us a little more of your background, bro.
Well, shit, like I said, I'm from Tuskegee. Born and raised in Tuskegee all my life. From Tuskegee, live in Tuskegee right now. I'm a hip-hop artist. I've always been a hip-hop artist. I think one of the things that kind of separates me from a lot of artists, at least especially nowadays, is that, anybody that you know who's known me, it's impossible to have known me for longer than a year and not know that I do music. You know, even before it got like hella cool to do music, and you know, it was me and my nigga YB that used to, you know, just do music like from the jump. Yeah, I don't know shit. Our parents supported our what we wanted to do and shit. We've been doing it ever since. So like it's just like that. That's one of my favorite things about it. Like there's a lot of passion in my music that people seem to like, and that's where it really comes from. I've just been doing it for a long time. And it's still that hunger there because I'm still not where I want to be. But I think that's also good because I don't think you're ever where you want to be. At least if you are, you've been doing it for a longer time now.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. And I heard ever since. So tell them how long you been in this thing, man, doing music.
I mean, shit, I've been writing and recording my own music since I was 9. So that's like 2000, the year 2000. So that would be about 20 years, about 20 years.
Word.
It's crazy.
Or yeah, I remember being in like high school, man, and like you and Sherman had y'all things going on. And I'm calling their names because I know these boys, but you know, we gonna talk artists, you know, YB Chosen, Cale Charles. I remember seeing y'all boys do y'all thing for a while, so it's super dope to see the growth.
Facts,
and it's a little early, but we gonna toast the growth, bro. Okay. And you grabbing your cup, so really we on the same page, man.
Facts.
So, the name Cale Charles, man, tell me the inspiration behind that.
I mean, shit, like I said, I've been doing music for a long time, so like I've had a lot of other monikers, of which I'm not gonna name, but I've had them, and the music is still out under those monikers. That's why I'm not gonna name them. But you know, Cale Charles, that's my first and middle name, and really, it was just something that, you know, when I was the name I used to go by, it wasn't all that search friendly, and I was kind of taking another leap towards some different style music that I didn't feel like it didn't give that vibe of Cale Charles. I felt like did get the vibe of like the honesty and like where I'm coming from, which is where I'm giving you my government name to let you know this is my music. It's honest with you. So yeah.
Word. So all the music is real. Everything we hear is.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's definitely fabrication in my music. You know, I feel like money, women, and weed, really. But I mean, you know, me personally, I do what I do. But you know, I feel like it's not so much fabrication as it is just painting a picture. And for me, it's always painting a picture of what you want, picture of what you want, picture of things that you have in just excess. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the 5 things about music, and that's one of the 5 things about hip hop. That's really, I feel like one of the dopest things about hip hop is that it's really it's predictable. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to worry about anybody going too far, even though they can go wherever they want to. That's another beauty of it. But generally, people stay in that one lane to where you're going to get what you're going to get from hip hop, and I'm going to give you what you want as far as that kind of stuff. So, long story short, No, I do a lot of you know, just general getting attention grabbing stuff in my music, which is the stuff just money, weed, and women. That's really all I talk about.
Things that, you know, the vast majority like.
Yeah.
You know, that's what people like.
Right.
So that's definitely understandable. And when, you know, you say the term fabrication, I thought immediately of manifestation because, you know, we know these are fruits of our labor, the stuff we doing now, and it's going to come back and we going to get that money we talking about. You know what I'm saying? So that's super dope, bro. Super dope.
Exactly.
So, I mean, talk about the journey, man. Like, you know, you've been doing this for a while. How the journey been?
You know, it's been, you know, it's up and down. I feel like just a stereotype of musicians is, or just artists period, is just, it's mostly downs. It's a lot of lows and a few highs, but the highs are really, really high. So, like, last year was definitely my biggest year of, as you know, in my 20 years of being a musician, as far as like my music outreach, who was playing my music, just the outright support, the organic growth, all that kind of stuff. So last year was a major step forward, and really, I didn't even feel like I got off as much music as I should have last year, just because of the situations that were thrown at me. But this year coming up, I have all of it set, ready to go, and I'm really just building on it, so I can really take advantage of the eyes that are on me right now. So it's been good.
That's you. So, you know, give me your favorite project from you up to date, man.
What's yours?
Fluid.
Okay,
I like Fluid. When I heard the song OG is just, and I'm definitely putting OG in the description, because when you hear OG, it's an automatic vibe.
Yeah,
you know, I'm chilling back like this. I'm drinking what I'm drinking, and if I got a female around, she vibing with it too. You know what I'm saying? So OG for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, me same with me. I feel like one of the staples of my music is, or at least what I try to do, every new project for me is gonna be better than the last. So like I asked what was your favorite, because I have people who said that Late Bloomers is their favorite, which I feel that. I feel that for sure. I love Late Bloomers, and it's my baby. But I feel like Late Bloomers, they're all my babies, but I feel like Late Bloomers, there were songs that Late Bloomers did that didn't hit how I wanted them to hit, that I built on Fluid, and all the ones on Fluid hit exactly how I wanted them to hit. So that's why I feel like every album is every project that I dropped, in the sense of an album, because I'll have EPs and stuff like that, but albums, they're generally better than the last one. That's how I try to keep it.
Man, dope. Progression, growth. I like all that, man. Dope. You know, that's how we gonna get to where we trying to go out here.
Facts.
You know, and just speaking of Fluid, OG, man, what inspired the song OG?
The beat. I mean, really, that's what inspires most of my songs. I mean, it's, as far as the concept, you know, I mean, personally, I like when I listen to music. My favorite time period of music was definitely like the mid to late '90s. That Southern hip hop, that groove that kind of felt like it's always bouncy, and a lot of times it felt like summertimey. And that's kind of my favorite thing, and like that kind of vibe is really what's been inspiring a lot of my music lately, because it's just some of my favorite artists, like you know, Dom Kennedy, those kind of artists like him, and you know, even Currency to general degrees, and Larry Jr. right now. A lot of artists that really encompass summertime, really encompass good time and coming up. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to. There's a place for music that's not coming up, and that's low, and there's definitely a vibe in those lows. For me, I'm more of a guy who's trying to get the highs out, because like as a musician, there aren't a lot of highs, but the highs are so big that I want to get them out when you get them out. So.
Man, talk about one of them highs. What would you say was a high, you know, moment in your music career?
One of my favorite. I mean, there are a lot of highs, and I feel like it's relative. But one of my favorite moments in my music career is when I got invited to SOBs in New York, which was I believe 2016. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's 2016. And it's actually a friend of mine from Xavier in New Orleans, who I really had never even met before, but I was friends with her girlfriend, who happened to put her on my music, and she loved my music so much that when they were living in New York, they threw a show at SOBs, which personally was on my list of must perform at venues. And I don't have a lot of those, you know what I'm saying? I don't really care. But SOBs was someplace I looked at, and it's just a hip hop place. That's a place I want to perform. So when they invited me, that was a really big deal. I still got a ticket from it. That was one of my favorite high moments of my career.
Frameable moment, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I dig that. So So obstacles, man. Let's talk about obstacles. Obstacles you had to overcome, you know, while you was doing your music.
I feel like as an artist, music, you know, whatever medium you're doing, it is an obstacle. You know what I mean? Like that's the obstacle itself. I mean, everything else, you know, they're variables, but the obstacle is, in and of itself is succeeding in that medium. But I mean, as of late, my latest biggest obstacle was last year. I got fired. I got fired from my job, and really, the whole time I was working at that job, I don't think I released any. I think I released one project when I first started working there, which was Late Bloomers. But I hadn't dropped a full-length project that entire time because I was kind of building for Fluid, which I wasn't able to release like I wanted to with all the, like even now I only have maybe 2 videos out for Fluid, one of which was which was blocked, which was in like 2019. But I didn't have the opportunity to release it how I wanted to release it, and my promo wasn't what I wanted it to be. But one of the best things about it is with Fluid, the music in and of itself was good enough to where I got that organic growth that I needed anyway. So that was like I feel like there's a silver lining in everything, and that was the silver lining in that. It was just that I can't drop shit how I want to drop shit, but the way I dropped it and the innovative ways in which I promoted it helped, and now everybody, if the people follow me on this and that, they're genuine. They know my music. They determine whether or not they like it or whatever, but they know I do music, and they know that when I drop something, they should check it because it might be the thing that could pop. So.
Man, I dig that. And you know, everybody know I always talk about the youth because you know I know the youth is always watching. You know, they looking. You got somebody in your family that you big cousin or big brother, whoever too, that's watching you. Right. You know, and I feel the same about me.
Right.
You know, so for the youth and for the people that's following you that's in the music and may not know how to get started quite, you know, what can they do to get started, man? Or what advice could you give them?
As far as a music artist is concerned, I feel like the best advice you can give anybody is get your own equipment. Get your computer, get your microphone, get your interface. It's like $600-700 investment, which isn't cheap. But you know, rather than paying for studio time, which is mostly just aesthetics, it's you know that this way you have a way to record everywhere you go. Like you don't have to worry about having the money to record. You don't have to worry about having your songs together. You don't have to worry about the time, you know, paying by the hour, stuff like that. And even now, some of my favorite artists that I listen to generally and that I work with, they don't have their own stuff. And that's just one thing that I've grown. Because I've always had my own stuff, so I've always had my own equipment. So because of my parents set me up with my own stuff, and I just grew into getting my own stuff eventually. But just because of that, because I see the value in having your own equipment versus having to wait for studio time and stuff like that, that would be the best advice I feel like I could give anybody out here doing music, which is a lot of people that are out here doing music without their own equipment. And your growth, your trajectory goes way up because you're recording way more because you're not limited to how much you can do. So.
That's dope. That's super dope. I feel like that's super dope information and usable information, man. So, man, big ups for giving that information, man. Let's talk about, you know, 4-6, man, Tuskegee, man. You know, the city that we all from and we love and we rep so much, you know what I'm saying? Tuskegee for life.
Okay.
Talk about, you know, let me know about some artists that you done worked with from the city. I know about the Clubhouse thing, and I done heard a few projects. You know, let them know about a few brothers that's out there with.
Bet. So, I mean, if we're gonna keep it in Tuskegee, I got my homie Eskimo Shawty, who I got a project dropping with Eskimo. That's probably gonna be one of the first things that I dropped this year. It's gonna be the project with Eskimo Shawty. We got the video shot already for it. We're just waiting on stuff to get back. But Eskimo Shawty, Skeety Slim, who I'm also working on a project with, longtime collaborators, been working with them for years and years now. And COTC, people generally know me from when I was working with COTC and when we were COTC, which is now just an extension of Clubhouse. They are original founding members, just like me, of COTC. And also Sip as well, who's also from Tuskegee, also originally in COTC. So those are the homies. They make amazing music. It's Bobby, no cap, no amp, not putting them on just because they're my homies. They actually fine like that. But yeah, also my homie YB Chosen, who I've been doing music with forever and ever. He is an artist who I feel like YB he continues to grow in the direction that I'm always leaning in to see where he's going, because it's his music is there And I feel like he doesn't get a lot of the credit that he deserves for just doing a lot of the things that he does. Really, out on the strength of just being a real nigga and being who he is and being a fire artist. And I feel like all my niggas from Tuskegee, we are really unique in the music that we make. And in fact, YB Chosen, he actually just dropped a project in December, which is on all streaming right now. It's called King Chosen, which is tight, which is fire. So check all them niggas out, man. And there are more. And you know what I'm saying? It's hard to remember.
And I have to extend your question. What about a couple dudes outside of the city? We was just listening to a little Rollin' AJ. So
I mean, for real, like when it gets down, I gotta plug my niggas because my niggas is tight.
For sure.
My niggas. So I mean, if we're gonna do outside Tuskegee, I gotta do Clubhouse AL, which is the group that I'm in. That's Clubhouse AL. Hashtag it, look it up. We're there. My nigga Wichita Slim, Sip, who I mentioned before. Keelan Moon, who is now if you just look up No Noise Moon right now, that's what he's dropping shit under, and it's fire. Prepare to be amazed. My nigga Yo A Son, my nigga Rollin' AJ is out here dropping hella shit, dropping hella heat. AJ is responsible for half the videos that we drop, just as a unit. I'd say probably about 80% of them, especially when we're all together. He also does engineering and he's a fire artist. So goddamn, look up, check out Rollin' AJ. Got so many niggas. Jason is out of Birmingham. Jason, whenever we throw a show, if Jason is involved, we know that Jason's gonna bring a good crowd out because Jason has a lot of love in the city. He's got a lot of love around the city, and his music is fucking amazing. I compare Jason most to Playboy Cardi, but it's a little bit different than that. It's a little bit different, a little bit deeper than that. And I feel like Jason's one of the best artists out here.
We gonna get in, not to cut you off. We gonna get in this shout out.
It's a
lot. My man been, working at this music thing for years. So, he know a lot of people in this, and it's dope to know, it's a lot of brothers from the community and local areas or surrounding areas that's hard too, man. Right. So the last question I gotta ask you, man, what's the Cale Charles vibe, man, when you doing your studio thing? What's that vibe for you?
I mean, really, all I need is a computer, some speakers, and the beats. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the drink, the smoke, that's extra, and it's definitely preferable. But really, I don't need it. It's just that's the kind of vibe you generally gonna come into. It's gonna be something to drink, whether it's some Crown or some tequila, and it's gonna be something to smoke, and it's gonna be some 5 beats being played. So I mean, that's the kind of vibe that I go into. That's the kind of vibe that I like to create when I do music, and it's just the kind of vibe that just produces the stuff that I like to produce.
Ooh. So, I mean, that pretty much wrap up the interviewing segment. And, my favorite part, which I am still undefeated at, Connect 4. Coming soon.
Okay.
My favorite part of the show, the game of Connect 4, which I'm still undefeated at. I must say that because I'm proud of that. But let's see if Cale Charles can change that. Hopefully not. What color you rolling with, man?
Go with them red.
Oh, I shouldn't have gave him that. That's my favorite color. But I've been putting on for yellow.
Yeah, he's good. These both Tuskegee colors, so it's all good.
Hey, he the first one to say that, man. We repping for Tuskegee. Everybody know that. And, hey, these Tuskegee colors, so that's even better.
Had to do something since I'm rocking the black and gold, you know what I'm saying?
I don't want to say nothing about state. I rock with y'all state, but you know what's going on when it comes to Tuskegee and state. We got to go ski gang.
They have a non-Tuskegee drop.
For sure. Overhit that. We'll go with middle.
We're going to throw them off.
Okay, I like that. Let's just play around like that. See what we gonna do. My boy thinks though, I can tell. It's gonna be definitely interesting.
Ooh.
Get hectic quick now.
You're the smart one. You're the smart one now. You're the smart one. Okay, that's good. There's some silly shit going on over there. You see that? Hey, I was concerned with this bitch over here.
I see you was watching that right now.
I wasn't even looking over here.
Hey, you did what Big wanted though. He said, let's not keep it long, brother.
Fuck it.
It's
One more
perfect.
shot. I win the game if I gotta take a shot.
I had to give my boy Cale Charles an L, man. So at this point in time, we gonna have the Vibe House Queen get my boy one of the thickest shots of Quavo that you can pull
Do your worst.
on. Go heavy. Man. So this the part, well.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know. I thought you was on to something for a minute. 'Cause I could tell you.
I was trying to set
thinking
up my play and I wasn't even thinking about your play and I saw this, so I was like, all right, we just gotta be aware of that.
Was you thinking offense or defense?
Offense.
Oh yeah, that's what it gets you. And offense.
I was looking at my offense and trying to figure out what my offense meant in consequence. But I was worried about this. You get me right now.
Point in time, usually we do some taste testing from one of the finest restaurants in the city, or a few of the finest restaurants in the city. But we gonna do something different this time. We gonna have my boy Cale Charles perform some dope records, man. What you had in mind as far as performing?
Perform O.G, which is the first song on Fluid, and perform Can't Give It Up, which is the second song on Fluid.
Let's get into that.
Get it.
Damn, I miss the whip game, drip frames, drip paint. On God, this ain't no mixed drink, this paint. On ice, click, clank, zip, stank, big dank. On fire, click, clank, zip, stank, big dank. On God, she won't roll biscotti, that's exotic. Hope I got it though. This crown, this Bacardi got me wildin', rolling, chronic dope for chickens in my oven. Wanna lay dozens for my dollars. Don't check on, I do not call on, I do not govern, I do not follow hosts. I am not undercover, I'm undiscovered by you commoners. I'ma need all of my commas, all of my guala up in my wallet purse. Every chinkies I holler, penny I garner, make them hoes swallow. Girth, I'm polished, worth it all. Admittedly, I'm violent when the verse involved, but fuck it, I was birthed in the jaws, subverting the dark, converting the small, but word travels far, and now I got bodies and knowledge and not a single apology for emerging the dark. You should know that this is history, nigga. Cause there ain't never been no motherfucking mystery, nigga. Damn, I miss the whip game, big frames, drip paint. On God, this ain't no mixed drink, this paint. On ice, click, clank, zip, stank, big dank. On fire, click, clank, zip, stank, big dank. Damn, I miss the whip game, big frames, drip paint. On God, this ain't no mixed drink, this paint. On ice, click, clank, zip, stank, big dank. On fire, click, clank, zip, stank, big dank. On God, on God, I need my whip on frost. Blow weed in this hot box, I might re-up when I park. On God, I need my whip on frost. Blow weed in this hot box, I might re-up when I park. 66 Chevrolet Chevelle on swell. That's 50 kicks, no Cabernet, this is swill by the well. Look, I don't pussy whip, I just whip the cook, cause my outlook is on L. Police acting up and I'm black as fuck. If they wet me up, they won't tell. Drip paint. On God, this ain't no mixed drink, this paint. On ice, click, clank, zip, stank, big dank. On fire, click, clank, zip, stank, big dank. On God.
Ooh, I love that song. At this point, we gonna get into shoutouts, man. Cale Charles, man. Anybody want to shout out here, man?
I want to shout out a shitload of people, but y'all know I can't shout out everybody. But I want to shout out My niggas in this bitch, shout out to Larry, shout out to my nigga Freak Man, CEO behind the camera, shout out to all my niggas that's been doing this, niggas that we cannot name, niggas I can't bring off the top of my head. Shouts to Clubhouse AL, shouts to fucking all the niggas out here doing their best and doing their best independently, because that's what I feel like niggas don't understand. When you're doing shit independently, that is how you build a brand. You don't build a brand by trying to pop off instantly, because when you do that, you know what I'm saying, you get exposed to hella shit that you're not necessarily ready for. But when you build from the inside out, you're growing and you got people growing with you. So shouts to everybody doing that, and shouts to everybody who's gonna take that advice and put it in action. Jeez.
Respect, I dig that, man. And hey, I'm gonna get into my few shout outs, man, and I'll talk. I'm gonna shout out you for coming through and doing it. It's big.
Thank you for inviting me, bro. Man, thank you for inviting me. Some real shit, bro. Like I said, independently, and this some shit you're doing independently, and this shit that is, as long as you're consistent with this shit, bro, this shit is just gonna build, and the people that you think aren't noticing, they noticing, bro, and it's just a matter of time before they start showing they noticing. You just gotta just keep on doing it. Show them that you're really doing it, and you're not just hobbying. You feel me? And I know you ain't, so you good.
Straight up, man. Them real seasoned words right there, man. You the first person to say that to me, man. So, hey, I appreciate that for sure. I'm going to get into my few shout-outs. Shout out to Sar Flamingo off top. Shout out to Designer Boy Treasy. You know, Sar Flamingo here. Designer Boy Treasy there. And shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to y'all who watching. Shout out to the Vibe House Queen for coming through and doing her thing. And shout out to my boy Freak for doing what he do. You know, shout out to everybody, and I appreciate it all. And we going up.
Facts.
It's a wrap. 4-6.
4-6. West side. Before we go though, I did bring one thing, you know what I'm saying? We're working on the merch, Clubhouse AL, we're working on the merch right here, but this is one of the only prototypes that we have of a Clubhouse AL sweatshirt, and this is for you, my niggas, for the Vibe House, bro. Y'all keep doing your thing, you know what I'm saying? Do what you want with it. I would hold on to it like
it's framed. Y'all will see this again.
The interest is gonna increase.
For sure. When you drop, bro, we shout it out.
Facts.
So, hey, at this point, we officially wrapping it up.
Yeah.
Vibe House, Cale Charles. That's that.
Shout out to Vibe House. I gotta say it again. Shout out to Vibe House. Hey, look, man. If you don't work with nobody, work with Vibe House. Yeah.